pick up a guy who has a technical degree, teach him Python, teach him like how to do leak code for 2 to 3 months. He will show up with a 150K job if he knows how to apply to jobs properly. That's it.
Yeah. Welcome to Entropy. My name's Aman. I'm a YouTuber and entrepreneur.
I'm Aadil. I'm a former quant and current AI engineer.
We're two brothers working in tech and business.
And you're listening to The Entropy Show,
the weekly podcast where we discuss self-improvement,
focus, and the fight against disorder in our lives. This is Entropy.
All right, Aadil, welcome back. How's it going?
Good. It's a beautiful day here in Berkeley. I think last time we talked, I was in the middle of the job interview process. Probably going to be done with that quite soon. Received 3 offers, including the one that I just received today. So I actually realized Mark Manson and a lot of guys say this thing where your self-perception, your ego lags behind what you are for 1 to 2 years, right? So I would say like 2 to 3 years ago, probably like around 3 years ago, getting a job with like a good job was something that I thought was very hard for me to do. Like 3.5 years ago, I had to do 60 plus interviews to get a quant trading internship, right? Granted, like the reason I had to do that is because I didn't study that much for the interviews, but still, like my perception was getting a really good job is hard. And then you eventually got both those quant offers, but it never really recruited for jobs in the world of software. So I came into this thing like, okay, you know, everyone says recruiting is hard. It's going to be a hard process. I'm literally 3 for 3 on my final rounds for these companies. And it's these are all like the top AI companies in SF, right? So overall, like it kind of shows like you kind of notice like, wow, I'm just better now. I'm just much better now.
Yeah. Are you going to be public about which companies there are? I feel like it's fine, right?
Maybe once I assign one of them, then I'll like...
But this is going to come out in a while anyway.
That's good.
Yeah, there's going to be a lag anyway. So why don't you just talk about what the companies are, what offers you got and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, also the reason I think I'm 3 for 3 is these are like the top AI companies in the application layer, like vertical AI. But the technical questions they ask aren't as hard as like quant, right? And overall, I was very picky about companies I interviewed at. So I actually only interviewed at 5 companies total. 1 was OpenAI, 3 were these companies I got offers at, and I failed 1 interview, not because I couldn't do the question, it's because I slept 6 hours for 2 nights in a row, and I couldn't focus during the interview. And then I failed the Python coding test.
But what happened with OpenAI? Why didn't you do that one?
That was my fault. That was my fault.
What do you mean? You just failed it?
No, so basically it was like a question that was like a leak code question that keeps like, they keep adding parts on top of it. And there were 2 approaches you could take to the question. And the approach I took made me take longer to implement the different parts. And then by the end, I didn't get through enough parts of the question.
So you didn't pass the OpenAI interview?
Yeah, I didn't pass OpenAI. Yeah.
What was the other one that you didn't do because you just slept badly?
It was a company called Cartesia AI.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and then again, I don't think there's a problem with these names because there's going to be lag anyway. So there's Decagon and got an offer.
Okay.
It's fine. Like, what's going to happen if you say I got an offer at this company?
I don't know. Like, the thing is, in the Bay Area, especially in startups, everyone knows everybody. Like, I realized that when interviewing at these companies, literally everybody knows everyone else. Not everyone else, but they all know people at these different companies. Mm-hmm. And the people I would talk to, they were like, oh yeah, like I was deciding between like company X and company Y. And those the 2 companies I got an offer from too. like, oh yeah, I chose company X for this reason, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone like knows each other.
Yeah. Well, do you have bad blood with any of them or do you feel like it's fine?
No, I don't.
Yeah. So what's the problem with saying publicly, I got an offer at this company? Right. I think it's... Anyway, there's a delay. Sure, yeah. It's not going to impact anything long term.
Yeah. So one company was Decagon. I ended up not deciding to pursue the opportunity, but I really like the company. Those guys are cooking in there. They're cooking in Decagon. Yeah, I'm very bullish Decagon. I think they're going to do very, very well. And then, dude, I feel like it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it's risky to say I got an offer from this company. You know?
How is it risky? Like, tell me actually what would happen if you got an offer, if you were public that you got an offer from this company.
Okay, sure. I guess like if I join this company, then it'll be public anyway. So I got an offer from this company called Harvey AI, and they're like the biggest legal AI company. So they make AI tools for lawyers, and then they're expanding to other professional class AI, so like accountants, financial managers, stuff like that. And then the third company I haven't gotten an offer yet, so maybe I won't say that one, but it's like also like a vertical AI company. They just let me know today that they're in the ref check phase though, so I passed the final round interview, so probably expecting an offer from them tomorrow.
And then there's also Google you just did.
Yeah, I did do Google just now.
I think you would take Google or...
We'll see, like it depends. Yeah,
but it's up there, like you might consider it?
Yeah, maybe. Potentially. Most likely not. I'm more excited about these AI companies. But I can't like discount an entire company. Right?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the offer is and then you'll decide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have the final round just now or no?
So Google put their final round on separate days. So I did one coding interview today, and then I have a couple in the next couple
You
days.
could. I bet you like, I know Google standardizes their packages, but I bet if you showed like 2 or 3 competing offers, they would match them.
Sure, but Google is going to beat these guys in terms of comp.
In
Like
terms
the
of
AI
TC?
startups are, they're not that great at TC.
Yeah, but you're an entry level at Google though. That's the thing.
No, I'm not.
You're mid level.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Already mid level.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, Google will beat them in terms of comp.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, everyone knows if you're gonna work for a startup, you don't do it for comp, because you always can get more comp at a big tech company or like in quant or something.
Yeah,
right.
I feel like the play is AI startup to learn, ideally.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
of course, these companies still compensate you well. Like, you still make a good amount of money, but they're not going to compete with a tech company with infinite cash, right?
Mm-hmm. I also think you always have the chance to go back to like the cushy Google if you want down the line. Like, let's say you do the AI startup for between 1 and 3 years and you're like, this is not for me. Then you can go and you can just retreat to the cushy Google. But it's hard to go from Google. I mean, I guess you could also do that. But in terms of like life positioning and sequencing, right? The order of AI startup, retire at Google versus Google, go to AI startup. AI startup is much more turbulent. So it's better to do that when you're younger anyway.
Yeah, and you'll learn a lot more.
Yeah.
I also think that perceptions are very important in life, right? So if you're a really good engineer, if you're a cracked engineer, dude, big tech is like honestly a negative signal for these guys, right? It's like, dude, like, why is this guy like working at Google? Like, is he that bad that he has to work at Google? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it depends on what team on Google. Like, if you're doing Google search, then fine. Like, fair play, right? If you're doing DeepMind and they're like a research engineer, they're fair play. But if you're just like an average engineer at Google, I feel like the most cracked engineers don't respect that as much.
Depends on the person, right? There's like culture upon subculture, right?
Yeah.
So like it like goes back and forth. It's like signal, counter signal, signal, counter signal, signal, counter signal, right?
Yeah, like I saw this tweet from, there's this company called DEXA they're working on search as well. And the founder was like, dude, I was looking at the LinkedIns of my friends from Harvard, and half these guys have been Google for 5 years. I was thinking like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you at Google for 5 years?
Yeah. It's interesting how it goes, right? Like there's a whole class of society who's like, that's their dream in life. And then now you're talking about this guy who thinks that's like a really bad thing. It's like, dude, like this guy failed. He's at Google.
Yeah, like he's just sitting there at Google making his money, not doing much. It's like the impression they're getting. Like you're just having like a easy job, right?
Yeah, it's like you're just looking to just coast, essentially.
Yeah.
You're not looking to make something grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also depends on what you want, right? Some people just want to coast. Right?
Sure, yeah.
Also, many people listening to this will not perceive Google as coasting.
If for the people who don't want to coast, if you just coast at Google, then they don't respect that as much.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what level you're at. I mean, there are people who are like, they perceive you being a nerd as bad too, right?
Dude, what?
Like, it depends on what lens you're taking with anything, right? Like, most people, I mean, we're talking about, in this case, we're talking about in the tech sphere, there's like an outer bubble and an inner bubble, and then like an inner bubble, right? In the tech sphere. But in general, I feel like perception is interesting. Like, different people have different outlooks and different things, right? So one common thing with a counter signaling thing, right, is someone who doesn't like a bully will like insult you, right? Then an acquaintance will be nice to you, but then your best friend will insult you, right? Yeah. So it's like signal, counter signal, signal, counter signal at that point. So that's interesting.
Yeah, but overall, I would say like for the most competent engineers who want to do a lot, if you're like coasting at big tech for a long time, it's usually a negative signal that you don't want to like do something.
Yeah. Well, if you're entrepreneurially oriented, then coasting at big tech for more than a couple of years is probably a negative.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like someone who it says something you spent 10 years at Amazon.
Yeah, like,
you know,
dude, like what are you
like
doing?
10 years at Amazon is good if your goal is to like go like executive route. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be promoted. I'm like a mid-level manager, and now like I'm like, you know, more of like a technical lead. I'm like moving on to a different FANG company and leading and moving up in the executive suite. I get my MBA now. But in terms of people who like want to, you know, make things from scratch and just launch new things, is a pretty big negative signal, I think.
Yeah. They actually were telling them this in some of these interviews at these startups. They're like, we look for startup experience. We're not looking for people who are just sitting at big tech. They don't do well here.
Yeah, I think that's good. So what's your life like nowadays?
I was mostly just doing interview stuff. So I was both prepping for interviews and taking interviews. It takes a long time to do these interviews because all these final rounds are in person. So I have to go there, spend the whole day. Then with most of these companies, since they're giving me offers, I have to go meet the team several times in person to decide if I wanted to join them. So it's mostly just doing that stuff.
I think you should also just get an apartment now too.
Yeah, I'm going to.
What's your protocol for that?
I'll just call one of our friends who lives in SF and ask them for the alpha. Like, what's the best?
Ask them which one to get.
Area. What's the best area?
Why don't you ask whatever offer you take? I'm sure you can ask them like which one to get.
I think our friends there would be better, or my friends there would be better. They'll give me more alpha.
You have which friends do you have in SF?
Like Pooja is there.
Oh, Pooja, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can ask Pooja which apartment to get. She'll give you like a smaller budget though.
I can tell her what my budget is.
Oh, okay. I would recommend going there. I mean, you already live there, so you definitely want to look at it in person. And you also want to sit outside in the evening too and like see what kind of shady characters are around there.
Yeah.
My apartment in Raleigh's like, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, you've been here, right? But there's some shady folk and guys like, oh, like yelling on the street in the night every single night.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know that because I didn't look at it before. So you should go check it out in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you plan on like progressive overloading any area of your life other than career or no?
Dude, I need to get back into lifting. I need to get back into singing. And then I need to start working on something on the side.
So how many hours per day do you spend on interviewing?
Dude, I'm kind of just like, I'm not spending most of my time efficiently, I would say, right now. Probably per day, maybe 4 or 5 hours on the interview stuff, on average. Actually, it takes longer because these companies, like this other one, gave me a take-home assignment I had to do. I also had to spend a lot of time learning system design. That took me a long time. Because I went from 0 to passing 2 final round system design interviews in 2 to 3 weeks. So I was spending most of my time studying system design, actually, the last couple weeks.
I think we can do like a lift-off 3 on all this stuff at some point.
What do you mean lift-off 3?
Because like, this is like a whole new saga. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, you're like this guy who goes and does all this stuff. It's like, dude, I passed like 4 AI interviews. Like, yeah, I got how my like 22-year-old brother got 4 6-figure AI offers in like a 2-month period. Like,
that's good.
Yeah, lift-off 3. That's interesting on how you just like cracked it like that.
Dude, at this point, after working on a startup for almost a year, doing 2 quant internships and receiving full-time offers at both, it sounds like if the company talks to me, they just give me an offer. So that like phase of my life where it's hard to get a job at a top company, it's kind of over. Like I've moved on. I'm at the next stage, you know. Now I'm picking who I want to talk to.
Yeah, you're shopping around to decide which
companies.
offer you actually want to go with.
Yeah, I only interviewed at 5 companies. That's it. So,
yeah.
I'm currently in the process with another one, but they're not going to finish in time. So I guess that doesn't count. But.
Yeah. I also think you've left the CS industrial complex.
What do you mean?
The CS industrial complex. It's this idea I coined recently. I'm making a video about it. It's because companies, or call it basically, you know, like we talked about in the 90s, right? Computer science was kind of like what you're experiencing right now. That's how anybody who knew how to code was like in the 90s. basically they were all shopping. Like again, like I think I've talked about this before, where it was not uncommon to have someone quit a job one day, walk across the street, get a job with a competitor with twice the TC that same afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's like a generic engineer, not someone who was, goated or anything, or like some god level engineer, just within normal guy, same day, just double compensation across the street with a competitor. Right. And then universities saw the reputation that tech and computer science had, saw like the supposed predictions that this is going to be the biggest career ever. And then they all made computer science programs for people to do. And they like position them as like, oh, do a computer science degree, then you'll get one of those jobs in tech. And because of that societal narrative that this is the best career and to get like a job right out of college, earn a lot of money, which it is one of them, we had like a massive influx of CS majors to all these universities. And now computer science is one of the most popular majors at almost every school.
It is the most popular, I think.
At almost every school.
I think in the country it's the most popular major, I think.
Really? Wow. Computer science is the most popular major in the entire country.
Let me just,
which is good for me.
Perplexity on this. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So because of that perception, people flock to that. But the one issue with this is that everybody's getting the exact same training, right?
No, it's business.
It's business, but it's up there. It's one of the most popular majors out there, right? There's tens of thousands of CS majors at every single college. And all these CS majors do the exact same courses. They all take OS. They all take data algorithms. They all sometimes take UIs. They'll do like whatever classes, Java 1, Python 1, stuff like that. They're all building very similar class projects. And because of that, and another aspect of it is that the barrier to entry is essentially zero to study computer science, right? What's the barrier to entry? You have to foot the bill for college tuition, right?
Yeah.
And loans are free too.
The barrier to entry to study is very low. So I looked it up. About 120,000 people, 110 to 120,000 people graduate with a computer science degree every year.
120,000 computer science graduates per year.
Okay. So here's the thing. I actually think if you look at the people who genuinely are extremely interested in technical things in computer science, probably like less than 5% of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
But this is the problem is that this
like
is
in my impression, right? Of those 120,000, 110, 120,000, those who are actually good, okay? Good technically, understand things end to end and can work very well. Dude, it's probably like 2-3% max.
Yeah.
Of them.
I agree.
Probably 2%.
But the problem is that if you're in that 95%, you have 100,000 other competitors at least who have the exact same qualifications as you, have the exact same background, because there's no barrier to entry. So now it's commoditized, right? Anybody can just go pick up a CS degree at the dollar store, right? So there's no reason why a company would pick you over someone else, right? So wages are still good, but it drives it down. Like people have very little negotiating power when they're just a generic CS major. And in fact,
at the entry level,
and they can't even get an interview nowadays because of that. Right?
Yeah.
Not only they aren't even getting the first round interview. They aren't even getting the OA anymore. These guys.
Yeah,
right?
But also when tech companies, and they're still hiring a good amount, like these big tech companies like Google, Facebook, dude, the bar is so low to get a new grad job at Google or Facebook. It's so easy. Okay, you just have to go study leak code for a couple months. Where in the world can you go study how to do like 100, 200 problems for 2 to 3 months and get a $200,000 job?
Yeah,
where does that exist in the world?
The opportunity is incredible.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But because there's so many people who just don't know anything, right? Like you can just pick up a guy, teach him leak code, like redo his resume, teach him how to get referrals. He has a job. Teach him behavioral interviews, teach him technical interviews. Yeah. That's literally it. Like he has a job.
Pick up a guy who has a technical degree, teach him Python, teach him like how to do leak code for 2 to 3 months. He will show up with a $150K job if he knows how to apply to jobs properly. That's it.
Yeah.
Immediately in tech.
But the perception is that it's impossible because you have, for every guy like that, you have 100 other guys who are completely useless, right?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. That's a perception. That's what my business is I teach people how to go from the 100 to the 1, right? Through like training of these 6 areas. So I think there's a perception. This is what I call the CS industrial complex. There's a perception that it's impossible because the 99 think it's impossible, not realizing that if they just specifically become the 1, then it just becomes easy. And you're the 1 out of the 1. You're like not even the 1. You're like the 0.001 of these guys who like you're able to get 300K, 400K offers, within like a few months of effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's because like I was technical my whole life. Like I cared about being really technical. Like the the range of the capacity of the modern day CS major in university is so wide, it's unbelievable. Like there are guys, if you see this guy on YouTube coding Jesus, like he like he streams while playing video games and takes calls from university students. Half these guys don't know anything who study computer science, okay? So some of these guys like, yeah, I took like operating systems, C, like I'm trying to be in like a quant dev, like a top trading firm. It's like, okay, so what does malloc return? And the guy's like, yeah. Dude, a lot of these guys, I feel like the computer science major is too oversubscribed nowadays because of this narrative. You should only study computer science if you really enjoy and are interested in these technical things and interested in computer science, not just like get a good job.
I think it also just really sells the Naval narrative of specific knowledge. I think specific knowledge, it just goes to show, like, if something can be taught, it is not specific knowledge. And the only case where it can be taught is in apprenticeships and trade schools, right? It'll be like, if you pick up a specific knowledge in software engineering, it'll be through launching a company, building a project on your own, not following a tutorial, or doing an internship. Though that's where you actually build specific knowledge in tech and software engineering, not by taking CS 101 at the community college, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a perception that it's created, is like, I do think that if someone is willing to actually like go above and beyond and do what you said, they can stand out. But it's hard to like make yourself do that if you don't really care about it. So
yeah, I would say like the supply is extremely high for mediocre engineers, but for top level, like highly talented engineers, I think the supply is still very low.
Yeah, that's why like you're having such great success, because these companies are looking for people who are incredibly talented, and it's still hard for them to find them. Like very, very talented.
And you can
engineers.
tell based on how persistent the recruiters are, right? How much effort these companies spend on recruiting. Because if it was so easy to get very talented people, if the market was really so skewed that supply is so much higher than demand, dude, companies wouldn't be spending so much time on recruiting. It's easy. Just go get as many people as they want.
Yeah. If it was truly as easy as just putting a job out and just picking the first 10 people...
Yeah.
Then why would they invest so much in hiring? I also think the perception is because I'm guessing every year there are more CS majors. I don't know if like that's exactly true, but I'm guessing like every single year there's more CS majors, and the tech jobs have probably actually gone down in terms of like the number of jobs available, right? Mainly because individual engineers are becoming more competent with like AI tools, right? So because like they've gone slightly down and the number of people who keep doing CS keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, there's like a large underbelly of guys who have no success whatsoever, and they create the sentiment online. They're the ones who are commenting on Reddit, complaining about the CS job market. They're the ones commenting on YouTube videos saying you got lucky. They're the ones saying that I submitted 10,000 applications and got 0 interviews, right? Those are the ones who are creating that general vibe. So if you're truly someone who cares about it, like if you're genuinely interested, it is not that hard fundamentally to get a job in tech. I don't think, at least.
Yeah. Okay, do you have any life updates?
Any life updates? Let's see. I got a DEXA scan done, and the results were not good. I put on almost no muscle in the past year. So I bulked and cut like 2 or 3 times. I think I've bulked and cut. I've bulked 3 times and cut twice so far. And so the last bulk, I put on probably like, I think 5 or 6 pounds of muscle, the last bulk. When I cut, I lost like 5 to 7 pounds of muscle. And then I put on 4 pounds of muscle in my bulk.
Are you like genetically incapable of putting on muscle? Like, what is wrong with you?
So I'm like, on paper, it looks like I'm worse than last year at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to paint a story here. I'm training 3 to 4 days a week. I have a coach. I'm consuming 150 to 200 grams of protein per day. At least. There are days, like lately after that DEXA, I've been getting like 220 grams of protein per day, like certain days, because I'm going to cut, right? Try to hold on to the muscle. Dude, I'm like progressive overloading. Like I'm showing up, I'm trying, but it's like, what?
Have your lifts gone up?
What?
Are your lifts up? Have your lifts gone up?
My lifts, since I started working with my bodybuilding coach, have gone up. So that's like the last 2 months.
Your lifts, does your physique look different?
My physique, I feel like, looks better.
Then it's fine, dude. Just leave it. Who cares what
I think the DEXA's wrong, though.
Yeah, just leave the DEXA.
But here's the thing, like, I think there's this narrative sold online that dude, just like do everything right, just show up, you're gonna put on like 5, 10, 15 pounds of muscle. Like I'm telling you, if I took steroids, I would still look like this.
Dude, what?
Like if I took steroids, I might look slightly more muscular.
I don't know about that, but it sounds like your genetics for lifting are not very good. Honestly.
I'm telling you, I have like lower 10 percentile genetics for lifting. I'm telling you.
Have you gotten your testosterone checked?
Yeah, many times. It's like 300 to 400.
You're 300? What?
That's low?
You're 300?
Is that high or low?
You're like 350?
No, I think I'm like 400. Let me check.
Dude, what?
What is yours?
I got it checked twice. The first was 500, and then I was taking not ashwagandha. I was taking some.
You were taking zinc and Tongkat Ali, right?
Tongkat Ali, and then I went up to 580, but that's probably just within the variance of the days I got it. So let's just say like mid 500s.
Let me check.
That's also not great. At this age, it should be like 800.
Maybe I should get on TRT or something. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see testosterone. Testosterone total. Oh no, 465.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it also depends how sensitive you are to testosterone. At least that's what Derek says. Like,
yeah,
a guy with 200 who's really sensitive is better than a guy with.
I think Hormozy had like 300 or something, or like 250.
Yeah, but he's like,
but he was like completely fine.
He also is on steroids.
Yeah, so. But I think like he's. Yeah, it depends on like how many testosterone receptors you have or something. So I don't have any of the symptoms of low T.
Dude, somehow like your genetics must be bad if you're doing everything right.
I'm telling you, like. I know how to lift. Like,
are you sure you're like pushing hard in the gym?
Maybe I wasn't for like 4 or 5 months.
Dude, I feel like you don't push very hard in the gym then.
That's probably
like
part of it.
I feel like your sets are not that challenging.
Yeah, now they are in the last 2 months after my.
Yeah, I think that might have been the issue.
Yeah, that's probably part of it is pushing hard, but
yeah,
I just didn't realize like how hard you have to try. Like, do you really have to like? I thought you didn't have to go to failure for like most exercises.
Dude, you were pushing hard enough. That was the issue.
That's what all the science-based lifters say, that you don't have to go to failure. They're like 2 to 3 reps shy of failure. That's what all the science-based lifters
they say that but most people don't know what failure for them actually is. Like if you ask a guy go to 2 to 3 reps shy of failure, he'll go to like 6 reps shy of failure because he doesn't know what his failure actually is unless he tries.
I don't think I was like 6 to 10 reps shy of failure. Like, okay, so it depends on like with Patterson, our old coach, I made some good progress. Like the DEXAs were not good, but I looked different. My bench strength went up with Patterson. Then I switched to another guy named Jeremiah after Patterson quit. This is like Barbell Logic, a coaching platform we did. He was pretty good. He was like a nice guy, but it just wasn't that good. Like the intensity was not that high. I was doing it. Like I was progressing. I felt like I was going close to failure, but I doubt that was doing much. Then with Lamar, my coach right now, I'm pushing myself pretty hard. But why are there guys who have lifted for like 18 months who look more muscular than me?
Dude, it's genetics.
Dude, I'm telling you. Also, I think I'm a creatine non-responder.
Really?
I've never felt creatine before. I've taken 10 grams a day for like 7 days and felt nothing.
I never felt it. I never felt like an effect when I take creatine.
A lot of guys feel an effect. You know that, right?
I don't feel an effect.
You know Huberman is a creatine hyper responder?
There's like an effect that these guys feel.
Yeah. Like I've heard people say like Huberman, he took 10 grams of creatine 2 or 3 days in a row and he put on 15 pounds of weight over those 3 days.
And water weight though.
Yeah, but that's the effect.
Dude, what?
Do you remember in Mistborn when Sazed like pulled on his like computer mind and he gets like huge? Yeah, that's like what these guys. That's what these creatine hyper responders are like.
Yeah,
I know this guy named Abhinav in college. He said like, dude, I took creatine for 2 days and my muscles felt so full, like I feel them full of water.
What?
I'm telling you, like there are guys who are creatine hyper responders, like they can feel it. I've never felt any difference whatsoever.
I've never felt anything when taking creatine ever.
Maybe you're also a creatine non-responder.
I have been more consistent in the gym than you overall, and I also think I was pushing harder than you overall.
Probably. I think you're pushing harder because when I look at your face in the gym, you look like you're working harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your rest times are like 1 minute. Like I push hard enough that I have to sit there for 3 to 5 minutes. Otherwise I can't do it again.
Yeah, I probably wasn't pushing myself that hard. But I just felt like I lifted for the whole year. How do I not have like 3 to 5 pounds more muscle after bulking and cutting and eating all this protein and showing up 3 to 4 days a week?
If you look better, then like it's probably within the.
But I look slightly better. Yeah. I also got the DEXA. Apparently, I was 25% body fat again.
Dude, what?
It was like 24.5. That was the first time in my life I sat there outside the DEXA center looking at my phone being like, I think I'm going to quit. I was like, should I just quit lifting? Like, this is not for me. I was standing there.
Why don't you send it to Lamar?
I was like embarrassed to send it to him. I didn't send it to him.
Send it to Lamar and ask him what's going on, man.
Oh, no, I did send it to him. I was about to not send it to him, but I sent it to him. He said your diet, like you need to be like tracking every calorie. He's like, you need to be tracking every calorie, hitting exactly your numbers. You need to be pushing yourself way more. You need to be drinking way more water, 10 plus grams of creatine per day. He's like, you need to be much more locked in. I think I also traveled a lot. Like I've been traveling a ton.
Dude, if you travel, you're cooked. You're not going to build muscle. You can only build muscle when you travel a lot in your first 1 to 2 years. Beyond that, it's not going to happen. You have to be locked in the same place for several months in a row.
You know what the problem is? I just didn't think it would be this hard. Like, I thought that the newbie gains would take me to like a physique that looks really, really good. Like, oh, like that guy's really jacked. And then it would be only like those incremental marginal gains. I think the perception is completely skewed of physiques, honestly, online.
It's because there's all these guys with extremely good genetics that just like are online. The other survivorship bias, only they're the ones who are like.
If you look at Jesse James West in year 2 of lifting,
yeah,
he'll be like Jesse James West year 2.
You look at this dude. Who's this guy? Like Hussein or something? Some like Muslim guy on Instagram. He keeps coming up on my Instagram. He's like year 3. He looks insane, right? He's like 19 or he's like 19.
Yeah. Year 3 of lifting.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's like, this is the perception that this is what's going to happen. I've been lifting for 5 years.
Yeah.
At this point. And obviously I look more muscular. Like I look more muscular than I did back now. It's clear that I lift. Right. But I also think, on the complete other side, I've like taken my shirt off in front of other guys before. And I look better than most of them. So even though my perception is that like I've made almost no progress, it feels like I've made almost no progress if I compare myself to people online. In person, the only people who look like much more muscular are guys who lift like really consistently. But if I just go up to like on the street to some random guy, I look better.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I debated quitting for a little bit.
Dude, I think you're not very locked in.
I am. I feel like I am pretty locked in right now for the last 2 months.
Dude, 2 months is not going to make a difference. You have to do that for like 6 months,
But I was showing up 3 to 4 days a week for months.
But it doesn't matter if you show up. You have to like be locked in on every single.
That's the problem, right? The perception is like just show up, dude. Just show up at the gym. Just go, like be consistent. I basically maintained much by showing up 3 to 4 days a week.
The only times I've actually seen like been in a period of good muscle growth is I was completely locked in on everything for lifting.
That's the problem.
Like I would say
this is a lie.
It's like it's been 6.5 years. For me, the last year was horrible. Like I lost 10 pounds of muscle. Because I wasn't locked in on diet or lifting. But then the year before that, I gained 10 pounds of muscle.
You gained 10 pounds of muscle?
Probably didn't gain 10 pounds of muscle. I gained 10 pounds.
Oh, so probably 5 pounds of muscle. 5 to 7 pounds. 5 pounds of muscle.
5 to 7 pounds of muscle. That was like year 4 to 5.
Yeah.
And then year 3 to 4 was like 10 to 15 pounds total. And then year 1 to 3 was like nothing.
Year 1 to 3 was nothing? No.
And year 0 to 1 was like 35 pounds total gain.
Yeah.
Year 1 to 3 was like maybe 5-6 pounds. Year 3 to 4 was another 10-15. Then year 4 to 5 was another. Then year 4 to 5 was another 10. Then year 5 to 6 was minus 10. Yeah.
I'll like gain 20 pounds of weight, and like 16 will be fat and 4 will be muscle.
Dude, what?
That's happened to me 3 times so far. You know that, right? I've bulked 3 times, and I'll gain like, I think the first bulk I didn't have metrics. I probably gained maybe 5 or 6 pounds of muscle, but there was also like 15 to 20 pounds of fat that came along with that.
What?
I just gained fat. That's just what happens. Like, If I gained 30% muscle, that would be insane of the weight I gain.
You must be doing something wrong.
I just think I'm genetically like not good. I'm telling you.
Your genetics can't be that bad.
I'm telling you. Like there's in studies, in lifting studies, it's a whole bell curve, and there's guys who lose muscle during the entire study of lifting consistently. You know that, right? I've watched these videos where they show these studies. They took like a placebo-controlled, I mean, maybe not placebo-controlled because you can't fake lift, right? But like, you know, it is a good, rigorous lifting study, right? And there will be guys on that bell curve. There'll be one guy who put on like 25 pounds of muscle, okay? And then there'll be one guy who lost 2 pounds of muscle over like the three month study. I could just be that guy.
I don't think that makes sense because I'm not that guy. I've gotten good progress, and we have the same parents, so it's like can't be that different.
Well, you could be like middle on the bell curve, and I could be like pretty far on the left.
I think I'm probably around middle, I would say, on the bell curve. Probably around there.
I also think you just maintain leanness year round, so that like enhances things. But like I think your leanness genetics are a lot better than mine in terms of being lean.
Yeah, but somehow I've just put on more muscle somehow. I think when we originally got DEXAs in 2023 in the spring, I was, it's like it said I was 192. I was more like 190, and I was like 16.5% body fat. Yeah, and overall I had I think about 15 pounds more muscle than you did.
I'm like 190. When I did the DEXA, it said I was 192, but I was 24.5% body fat.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're the same, but if the 8% of you is fat, that 8% is muscle for me. Yeah. Of the 200 pounds, it's about 15 pounds.
Yeah.
So really the difference is just that you have 15 pounds of fat and I have 15 pounds of muscle of our physiques. That's it. It's only 15 pounds.
We also had the same coach for 2 years. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had the same coach for 2 years. I think a huge negative was that I injured my back. Honestly, two years ago, I injured my back. You also injured your back.
My back is more injured than yours.
But you didn't make much gains after you injured your back, right?
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought like you kind of stopped after you injured your back.
No, I did.
Really?
I probably gained I think maybe 4 to 5 pounds of muscle in like the 8 to 9 months after I injured my back.
On your legs or
on your lifting again? Also my legs.
How'd you gain on your legs if you injured your back?
Dude, I just watched Mike Isertel and I went to lunges. Yeah.
Yeah. I was considering quitting though. I was like, do I just give up? Dude, you get that result and you're like, what is the problem? What is wrong? Like, you try so hard and it just doesn't work.
Dude, you need to be consistent and you need to push hard in the gym.
Yeah. You should be pushing so hard in the gym.
You need to improve your mind-muscle connection.
Yeah.
Are you like good at activating your pecs when you're benching?
Like now I feel like I was really good at doing this. I think what happened was in the past year, from like April to like December, I don't think I made almost any progress in the gym, even though I was showing up 3 to 4 days a week. Reason being, I left Madison. I quit my job. I left Madison. I moved home. Like I moved to LA, then I moved to North Carolina. I was traveling all the time, flying around. I also didn't have any goals. Like last year, I had like a goal. I was like trying to beat Pranav and Duncan at the bench, right? So I went from I think it was 180 for one on the bench to like 215 for one within like a 4 to 6 month period.
That's a massive difference.
Yeah. So then like my chest grew a lot during that time, right? But I didn't have any goals. I didn't do anything. I didn't have anything to go for, right? So that was probably why. I also stopped training legs during that time because the only time I was training, I didn't like stop actually. I was still doing like leg exercises, but I wasn't like pushing myself really hard on those leg exercises. Because I was doing leg press, but not trying that hard.
I think you need to also improve your mind-muscle connection.
It's pretty good I feel like now it's pretty good. I don't think it's that good in my legs, my mind-muscle connection at all.
Yeah.
The way I know that is like I'm doing the leg press, and now thinking back, I could have just like doubled that stack and did it. Like, yeah, like I'm pushing this leg press, but now I'm just like, I could have moved that thing like 3 or 4 plates down and just did it anyway. Yeah, I was probably recruiting like 70% of my capacity when doing these leg exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I almost quit, or I thought about it. Then I asked ChatGPT and said, never quit.
That's good.
Yeah. Then I decided I'm just locking in, like I'm done.
I also feel like your physique is good enough. It's fine.
Okay,
Dude,
it depends on like what. So it's fine for like I look way better than the average person.
Dude, you're like already like 90 to 95th percentile physique anyway. You're like 90th percentile, 95th percentile.
Yeah, I mean it's better. Again, it's like much better than the average person. But the problem is that I like reference myself to all these guys online. So
you're looking like Alex Eubank, who's like posing.
Yeah, Alex Eubank is like this, and his chest is like. Yeah, Alex Eubank. I watch every Jeff Nippard video.
Did you see his most recent video?
Yeah, he also put on 4 pounds of muscle.
Nippard in year 15 put on more pounds, more muscle than you.
Nippard in year 15 put on more muscle than I did this year.
Yeah, 2.5 pounds or 2.4 pounds or something.
His brother was insane though.
His brother was like 10 pounds, 11 pounds.
Okay, what I don't understand is how is Nippard like? They don't even look like their brothers, right?
I don't know.
His brother was obese. Like his brother was 35%.
His brother never lifted. Yeah.
How is it possible that Nippard is Nippard and his brother never lifted?
Dude, happens.
What do you mean happens?
Happens.
Like Nippard he's the biggest lifting YouTuber on the internet. He's probably the biggest lifting creator. Jeff Nippard.
I don't know if he's the biggest.
Who's bigger than him?
Dude, I feel like Athlean X probably gets more views.
Athlean doesn't have heat though right now. Like no one talks about Athlean anymore. People still talk about Nippard though. Right?
Sure.
I think Athlean was big in like 2017.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Nippard is kind of the face of the modern. He's the face of science-based lifting. Like if you search science-based lifting, Nippard.
I think science-based lifting face is actually Mike Isertel nowadays.
I think Nippard is still. I mean, I think they're both up there for sure.
Like you don't see Jeff Nippard going on Chris Williamson or something. But like Mike Isertel,
yeah, that's true.
Chris Williamson.
I think Mike Isertel is on that podcast grind for
like
sure.
You don't see Jeff Nippard x Peter Attia, but you see Peter Attia x Mike Isertel.
It's because Mike Isertel has the degrees to back it up too. Nippard doesn't have.
He's an actual scientist. Nippard is just like a guy.
Nippard is not just a guy. Okay, Nippard has the master's degree and also he's run 2 or 3 studies.
Okay, but like it's not the same.
It's not the same as Isertel.
Like a PhD professor.
Yeah. No, Nippard is kind of like the content face of like lifting YouTube. But Isertel has like the degrees to back it up. So, one thing I noticed was that these guys are all friends too. All these lifting YouTubers constantly collaborate with each other.
That's how every industry works.
No, I feel like my niche is competitive.
Meaning that in a lot of industries, like the top guys are usually friends.
Like I don't know. I collaborated with Sajal recently. So like to see that video come out because I was wanted to do this, but I don't see like other computer science YouTubers collaborating much.
There aren't like who are the main guys in your industry? Like Sajal, like Naman Kapoor.
Yeah, I met him as well in New York. I don't think there's a lot of
Dude, there
heat
aren't that many guys
engineering YouTube.
There's not that many guys.
There used to be heat. There used to be Jomatech. Everybody knew Jomatech back in the day.
But he wasn't making videos about careers.
He was making videos about, he was like day in the life of a software engineer.
He's trying to do like funny videos.
Yeah. There was a Clement. He's still around.
Yeah, Clement, yeah.
Clement is still around.
But that was old YouTube when like very low quality videos would still work. Yeah. Because like most markets were not explored.
Mm-hmm. I think NeetCode is the name of the face of... Did you know that like 20% of LeetCode traffic came from NeetCode or something?
What?
Yeah. Like he like posted a thing which is like 10 to 20% of LeetCode.com was started on NeetCode.com and then went to LeetCode.com. This is like 2 years back.
To see which question to do.
Yeah. Now it's just on NeetCode. Like he remade LeetCode.com on NeetCode. Like you don't even leave the platform. You can solve the problem, look at this, do everything. So he cloned LeetCode on his website called NeetCode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's like an 8-figure business now too.
That's good.
Yeah. He's doing like $800K a month. Last time I checked.
Yeah.
According to this guy named Dev who messaged me.
Dude, this is the kind of business you want to create in life.
Yeah. And it's just courses. Like he's not talking to anyone live. He's just creating content or just creating courses.
10 million ARR.
Yeah. And he only quit Google last year. Yeah. NeetCode. I'm probably going to reach out to him and see if he would collab with me. Yeah. All right. Do you have any recs? This is kind of a all over the place episode.
What I listened to Chris Williamson x Jeremy Renner.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Jeremy Renner got his face. He's like, I popped out, got crushed by the snowmobile.
Yeah, you should look up Snowcat.
Oh, I saw that. I looked it up.
It's a huge, it's a massive machine.
Yeah. Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. That was a good episode.
I didn't even know what happened to him.
I remember reading about it 2 years ago.
You read about it?
Yeah.
I don't remember reading about it. His face looks the same, too.
Somehow. Oh, dude, I've been getting into Fern on YouTube.
What is Fern? Oh, I know Fern.
Dude, I'm getting into Fern, dude.
It's like there's a bunch of videos on planes, right? Like there's like these visuals and it's like
Fern
yeah.
is about it's like animation videos of like stories about hackers and like criminals and stuff.
It's just documentaries. It's not just hackers and criminals.
Yeah, it's documentaries about, and then like they do a lot of videos on like hackers, CIA, like what happened, stuff like that.
I watched some of his videos. Oh, no, I watched Mapping the Trump shooting. 17 million views 9 months ago.
I didn't watch that.
That's their most popular video. It was mapping, and they have like the 3D visual of like the bullet going from like...
That's good.
Yeah. Fern. Yeah, I think Fern's pretty good.
Like one video, what was on Bin Laden's hard drive?
Yeah.
It's like animated, like Bin Laden goes to sleep, and then he wakes up. He knows. He knows the Americans are here.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like animating everything and stuff.
Yeah, I used to watch those. They're pretty good.
Fern. And there's a lot of like other YouTube channels that make stuff like Fern.
Yeah, I watch the infographic show.
Dude, but the infographic show is like, it's kind of like for kids, you know?
It's more commoditized.
Yeah, whereas Fern, he
Fern
like
is
tells
more
you what's
unique.
happening.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I read some books. Oh, I read The Picture of Dorian Gray recently.
That's like a book that sounds like Ali Abdaal would read.
It's have you heard of it before?
No.
It's a classic.
What's that?
Meaning like it's like Of Mice and Men.
The Picture of Dorian
by
Gray.
Oscar Wilde. The Picture of Dorian Gray. Released in 1890. I read it because me and Vithi have a book club. Vithi's one of my best friends. We have a book club every year where we give each other a book. She finished Stormlight and Mistborn.
She's finished the whole thing.
She's on Wax and Wane right now. Mistborn, Era 2.
But did she finish Stormlight? Era
She finished
1?
all 4 books of Stormlight, and now she's going to do Stormlight 5 in the summer when she's done with Wax and Wane. Yeah. And then she gave me The Picture of Dorian Gray to read. So
that's good.
It was pretty difficult. Like it was hard to like sit there and read this classic. But I realized that these fantasy books are kind of like candy, but these classics are like the gym for my brain. Like
good.
when I sit there and read The Picture of Dorian Gray, it's pretty hard to get through it. But in the end, it feels more rewarding because I actually worked to do this thing. Right? So I thought it was pretty good. Probably read more classics.
Sure. I mean, I think the skill of parsing like 100-plus-year-old language is not really relevant, but sure.
it's like any just any kind of just activity, right?
Yeah.
It's like some people like to play musical instruments.
Yeah, it's like not relevant to today's society.
Yeah, like I mean, playing the ukulele is also not relevant. You know,
yeah.
Right? Like it's just like a thing to do.
Throwing a ball in a hoop is not relevant.
Yeah, like who cares about like what's the point of throwing a ball at a hoop, right? But you feel much more rewarded when you like to get like done with something difficult, right? Like let's say you're playing piano and you're struggling and you're like really trying to learn this song. Then once you learn it, you're like, wow, this feels so like rewarding in the long term compared to just like, I don't know, watching some TV show where you have to put no work whatsoever into it. So that was good. Should I just tell you the plot briefly before I have to go? The Picture of Dorian Gray. Probably you're not interested.
Go look it up.
That's fine. Basically, I was looking at the 30 seconds. There's some guy named Dorian Gray. He's considered the most beautiful guy, and he like wishes that his one wish is that he has this portrait that's painted of him that he'll never get old, and the portrait will get old for him. So like every evening he'll go and look at it in the attic, and the portrait looks older. There's like a wrinkle on the portrait. Then he looks at it, and he goes and he becomes like an evil guy. Like he goes and he like scams people. Some guys commit suicide around him. He like says horrible things about people. And then he maintains his like beautiful face, but every time he looks at the portrait, it turns more twisted. Like
this is a good book. This is a good book. Dude, this is a good book.
His girlfriend committed suicide because he broke up with her, and he didn't care at all. And he went and looked at the portrait. The portrait had a wicked grin on its face.
Dude, this is a good book.
The Picture of Dorian Gray. Should I tell you the ending? Spoiler alert for anyone who wants to read it. Actually, I'm not going to tell you the ending.
No, tell me then.
Tell you. So basically, what happens is
something's gonna happen, like to him.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
Portrait.
So what happens is, like the painter, they're like in the middle. This is if someone's to read it, don't listen to this. But the painter named Basil, the guy who painted the portrait, he shows up to Dorian in his house, and Dorian is sitting here. And Basil's like, "Have you heard what they're saying about you, Dorian? They say you're evil. Bad things happen to the people around you, Dorian. Tell me, are they true?" And then Dorian's like, "Let me show you something. Let me show you your work of art, Basil." And then they walk upstairs and he throws it, and it's like this evil, twisted guy. And then Basil's like, "What did you do? That's not my portrait." And then Basil looks down and his signature's on the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Dorian takes a knife and like stabs Basil in the head. Then like Dorian gets his like other friend and like blackmails him to like destroy the body. Then finally the brother of the Dorian's ex-girlfriend who killed herself comes, and then he's like you are the reason my sister's dead. And then he's like, "Look upon my face. I'm not more older than 18. That was 18 years ago." And then his brother's like, "Oh, like I'm so sorry," because Dorian like looks young, right?
Yeah.
Then he gets away with it. Then there's like scenes where like Dorian's at his house and he looks in the bushes and he sees the brother there waiting for him.
Dude, what?
Yeah, so then finally in the end, Dorian goes upstairs to his attic, and then he looks at the portrait, and the portrait is like this old like 80-year-old guy who's like wicked, who has like a smirk on his face, who's like the most evil looking guy you can possibly imagine. Then he takes the knife that he killed with Basil with and tries to stab the portrait. Then it cuts. Then like it says, the gardener heard a loud crash, and then the servants came upstairs. They saw this old decrepit figure dead in the ground with a knife in his heart, and a picture of their master on the wall. And only after they looked at the rings on his finger did they figure out who it was.
So how did like switch in the portrait?
They like switched. He like stabbed himself and they switched.
How they like switch?
Yeah, the picture of Dorian Gray.
Dude, well, why did he become evil in the first place?
So basically, I have my notes here. It reminded me of, there's a guy who's like a narcissist I know.
I know a narcissist, right?
Yeah. You know, this is a guy I met up with in person who's also a YouTuber who we've talked about, who I'm not going to be public about. But he's a narcissist, right? And yeah, I was reading this book and like it sounds just like him. The way he's obsessed with aestheticism, like, or he's aesthetics. He's obsessed with aesthetics. Basically, he'll think it's fine to do something wrong if it's like aesthetic, like it looks cool, basically. Like if a jacked guy, like, you know, hurts someone, it's like, oh, like that guy's cool. You know what I mean? So yeah, I thought it was good in the end. I can tell that this is like where Stephen King got a lot of his inspiration. Like the way these chapters are written and stuff like that, when he keeps looking at the portrait, it looks more evil and evil and evil.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't think anybody is going to read it and actually
I might listen to this book.
It's going to be hard. It's not easy to listen to.
You can't listen to this book?
I listened to it, but I had to read it at the same time to understand it. I'm telling you, it's not going to be that easy. You can try. But yeah. All right. That's my rec, but I will talk to you later then.
All right, bye.